Hi, I'm Angel Ribo with Mindalia TV, and we're here at the Conscious Live Expo. We're so blessed here today with Lisa Garr. Thank you for being with us today.
It is my true pleasure. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, thank you. So, first question I would like to ask you, so that our audience can get to know you a little bit better, is what makes you passionate?
Oh, wow. Connecting and having incredible conversations. I'm so passionate about that, about conversations that actually transform people. Not just superficial conversations are fine, but you can have such a deep, moving, meaningful conversation in such a short amount of time. And I do that through my interviews, and you do as well. But conversations that move you, that don't necessarily allow complaining to happen, but allow forward movement to happen, that don't allow gossip to happen, but allow respect to happen. It's just so simple. It's so simple, just to move a conversation forward. I have a deep, deep passion for conversations.
And how often do you do that?
Oh, wow. I get to do that. 3 days a week, I broadcast my show live twice, and then 2 of the days are pre-recorded, but I have these great, deep, meaningful conversations at least 4 days a week. But I get to have them all the time.
And how did you get to work on your passion?
Wow. That started because of a very ridiculous accident that I had. I had a mountain biking accident where I damaged my brain in a severe way, lost my ability to speak. And I had damaged the language connection in my brain. So I lost that ability to have a conversation and to put things together in my mind. And so as I learned over the course of a year and a half how to rebuild my brain through neurofeedback, literally one bridge at a time, I learned the respect of conversation. And I also wanted to let the people know and the world know that change is possible, that rebuilding your brain is possible, that having conversations is an incredible gift, nothing that we should ever take for granted, and to really value your conversations. So it started off with a brain injury. 18 years later, I'm still having those conversations, and I'm still learning and I'm still growing.
And what would you say has been one of the highlights of your career?
I have to say it was meeting my mentor, Dwayne Dyer. Mm-hmm. Wayne has been, when he was alive, such a true gift in my life. He wrote so many incredible books, sold millions of copies, but really who he was being was true to his message. He was a being of light, and he taught me, and this is a phrase that I use all the time, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. You know that phrase,
yes,
right?
Yes, absolutely.
But it's repeated in so many different texts in the world. You get what you expect, what you look at, you create. I mean, it's all over us. So if you really truly understand that, it's about how we create our lives and how we create our experiences. And it gets us out of victimhood and blame and complain and all of that when you really take responsibility of how you look at things, the things you look at change.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And how do you get to choose the people that you have conversations with?
Miracles. I mean, we're lucky enough to be in this space of conscious conversations and personal development. So I either am contacted by people that want to be on the show because we've been around for a long time, for 18 years, so that's attracted a good amount of people to be on the show. And then there's great books that I see that I just reach out to people and say, hey, look, there's this one great book that just came out about 50 solutions that are already in place to completely resolve climate change. And Peter Hawken. So I'll reach out to him, and it's easy to find people to talk to.
And what happens when you have someone on interviewing that you are interviewing, and suddenly you feel that you're going to that path that you don't want to be? You talk about gossip, or these places where you really don't want that person to be. How do you do that? Because I ask you this question because very easily in our lives and our at Mindalia TV we have a lot of viewers all over the world. And it's very easy to get caught on this kind of conversations. How do you do it, and how would you recommend us to do it?
in order to not go
Exactly.
to the place. Well, usually the conversations that we have are not about. They don't go to that place because it's about how to recover from those types of. But I like the very practical part of the conversations. I like things that we can really use. Look, our world these days is getting more and more chaotic. There's so much uncertainty in our planet. We need to be able to connect as human beings around community, around our families, what relationship means again, redefining relationship. There's so many things that we have to talk about that need help and that need solutions. So it's an endless conversation for me. I think it's not a matter of talking to the personal development community also. I think it's the mainstream world that is having this conversation already. It's just waking up consciousness within every person in every living room.
And how do you help with your program to do that? How do you help people to be aware of what's around them?
Wow. Visualization is a huge thing for me. And it goes back to that phrase that Wayne had really helped me embody. But when you really want to create a situation, you have to see it first. You know, these chairs weren't ever a chair before somebody had envisioned it first, right? So I love the idea of visualizing in your mind's eye what it is that you want something to look like. So if you want to create something new, or if you want to create a conversation, or if you want to create a relationship, or if you want to create, health, perfect health, you need to see and feel that first inside here. And that's how I move things along in terms of my shows, where I want the show to go. We've just pitched the show to Sirius XM, which is a wonderful satellite network. So it's something that I'm envisioning happening, and we've gotten yeses and yeses and yeses up to this point. So it's good. It's how I've created so many things is through visualization.
Okay. Do you use it personally
on
a daily basis?
Yeah, absolutely. Visualization and prayer. Yeah.
Is there anybody that you wanted to have on your show that you still haven't?
Oprah.
Oprah? Okay.
Yeah. I would love to talk with her about her experience in creating conscious media, because she really, truly was the pioneer. Yeah.
So when is that going to happen?
I'm visualizing it. I'm getting closer. I met with her executive producer.
Okay.
So it's coming.
That's a good step.
You know, when I start to see something and I really look at and see if it's in alignment with the universe, and if it's right in the universe, and if it really will help move along the conversation, then it starts to align and it starts to come into your field. You've experienced this, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We all have.
Yes.
We just forget somehow, or we call it weird, or we call it synchronicity, which I heard a great phrase. Synchronicity is God's way of remaining anonymous. He's always working. So it's my perspective of how to bring it in is really by bringing it into your mind first.
You, Lisa, you're an author as well.
Yes.
So what can you tell us about it?
Well, my book is called Becoming Aware, and the reason it's called Becoming Aware and not Fully Aware is because I'm not. I am simply in that process, like everyone else, of discovering awareness in our normal everyday lives. So my book is daily processes that I have learned over the years to help us get to that place of practical awareness and practical spirituality. And it's also about my story of how I reset my brain. And once you have a brain injury to the magnitude that I had it, it's not one time fixes all. This is an everyday resetting for me, and it's kind of one of the reasons why I do the show, because I get to reset my brain every single day. And having a conversation like we're having right now does all sorts of things for my brain. All sorts of great neurochemicals are releasing right now as we speak. Dopamine and oxytocin and all sorts of great chemicals that help me stay in that wonderful place of love, motivation, and service the rest of my day.
When we read your book, what's going to be the experience?
I have a visualization in the book, and I put some technology in there. There's a QR code in there, and you can scan your phone across it, and it takes you on a 20-minute journey of a visualization up into an elevation of consciousness. Where you go through these various floors, where you go to the top floor, which is your dream realized, and you realize that dream fully, and you see it, hear it, feel it, taste it, think it, you bring it back into now, and it becomes a memory.
That sounds cool.
It's really cool.
Wow, how do you come up with the idea?
I love visualization. I love traveling. I'm very creative. I imagine it. A lot going on.
Okay.
So if I can get it into words, I'm in good shape for the day. Yeah.
Do you remember any particular story that really grabbed your attention among your interviewees?
I mostly get those stories from my listeners. from people who have made or listened to something that has unlocked something for them. I had this wonderful shaman on, Hank Wesselman, and there was a listener that said, and she contacted me later, and she said he said that one thing that unlocked, it was a very big trauma for her, but she needed to hear that one key that enabled her to heal from that trauma. And if I created a show or a conversation that helped that one person, then that's worth all of it, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
How do you have specific goals that you would like to achieve in your life or with your audience or with the awareness of your audience?
Very specific, yeah. I would like this conscious media to be heard by at least 100 million people, so that those people can then have those conversations with their loved ones and their coworkers and people in the market line or wherever they are, so that it just creates a critical mass of conscious conversations, Angel. That's my dream. That's my vision.
How close are you to hitting that goal?
I don't know. We're getting there, because I can tell the conversations are being fed back to me, and that people are listening to the show and they're really getting so much out of it, and they're saying thank you for the show. It's not about me, it's not about the show, it's about the conversation.
Exactly. I would like you to share with our audience some piece of advice that you think would be especially valuable, something that you would like to tell them.
I would like to just simply have you practice this one thing. Before you say hi to someone or get engaged in a conversation, just drop into your center and recognize that person for who they truly are. Say hello to that person for who they truly are. See the angel in that person. See the vibration in that person that helps other people. And just recognize that person for who they are. When you do that, and you really see them for who they really are, it helps them see themselves that way. And then other people will see them that way. Simple, simple. How you see yourself is how other people will see you.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So, well, thank you. Thank you very much, Liz. It's been a blessing to have you here.
You too. Thank you for all of the work that you do.
Thank you.
We're on the same page.
Thank you, absolutely. So this is, again, Angel Ribo with Mindalia TV from the Conscious Life Expo. Thank you very much for being with us today.